Hey everyone, this is Byron again. I'm here to testify for Jesus Christ, doing a video titling it The Mark of the Beast and What to Watch For. And the reason I'm doing this is that last night there were some comments on my channel, and a gentleman stated the vaccine was the mark of the beast and God had told him so. And with respect for all, I've taken the comments down. And I have noticed out there that there's a lot of misinformation, or a lot of people trying to say one thing is the mark of the beast, the other thing is the mark of the beast, etc. It's very critical that we understand what does the Bible say. And at one point in time I thought, well, if I just had me a good English dictionary, then I can truly understand what was meant in the original text. But what I learned not too long into it, it's really good to go to the Greek or the Hebrew, depending on which one you're talking about. And if you do so, you can find information in there that probably helps you more than just a dictionary defining an English word. So what I wanted to do is just first of all start off with Mark, and I wanted to go to the Greek and find out what does the Greek word mean, or what is the Greek word, what does it mean, that we translate into actually two words, graven or mark. So looking at Strong's word G5480, this represents mark. I'm horrible at pronunciation, charagma, something like that. Anyway, it states that this word comes from, or the root word for this comes from G5482, and I looked at G5482, and that means like to sharpen to a point, like you would sharpen a stake. The word in the Greek means a scratch or etching. Like if you had a stake sharpened, you could scratch something into the sand. Or if you had a piece of metal sharpened, you could etch a sketch on maybe a stone, or perhaps on a window. And then it says that is a stamp or a badge of servitude. That is all contained within that one word. A scratch or etching, that is a stamp as a badge of servitude, or sculptured figure, a statue. So just to get ourselves in the mindset of what should I be looking for when dealing with the mark of the beast, we have to be looking for something contained within this description. We have to be looking for something that is a scratch or an etching. It has to be something that is maybe even a stamp, a badge of servitude, or something that is sculptured, okay? So just going to two verses in the Bible, we can understand how this word in the Greek is used in reference to maybe a statue, and then another in reference to the mark of the beast. And this word occurs 9 times in the Bible. One time is in Acts, and it's representing a graven image. And what I've done here is I've put the scripture on the screen, the verse that it comes in, and then you're going to see some parentheses, and you're going to see I have condensed the definition of the Greek word used for the word graven, which I've underlined. So you can see a scratch, etching, stamp, badge of servitude right there contained within the sentence, which helps you to remember, okay, what did we say this meant? All right, so let's read the verse. Forasmuch then as we are the offspring of God, we ought not to think that the Godhead is likened to gold or silver or stone, graven by art, that is, a scratch or etched into it, stamp or badge of servitude, in man's devices. So if you spend a little time looking at that, you'll see gold, silver, or stone that has been graven, or graven in art, pretty things put on it, such as a face or something like that, and man's devices. So something that man created in this particular verse So this would have to do with a statue or some words to that effect. All the rest of the other 8 times the Greek word is used, it's translated, instead of graven as it is in this sentence, it's translated into mark, and they're all contained in Revelation, and they all refer to the mark of the beast. So I'm only going to use one scripture that will basically cover all the scripture that you'll ever see in the Bible. And this, actually, I got 2 verses here, because one further defines the other. I've done the same thing. I've put parentheses inside the scripture with those same words to help us remember what exactly is meant by the word mark. Okay? So when we get to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 17, I'm going to read it and just insert those things so that you'll know what to look for. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, that is, perhaps a scratch or an etching, a stamp, or a badge of servitude in their right hand, or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, that is, a scratch, or an etching, or a stamp, or a badge of servitude, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And the reason I added that verse 17 was because it gives you some options there on how you can buy and sell. You can buy and sell with the mark, the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So, this video is not to tell you exactly what it's going to look like, but it is to tell you what to look for. When you begin to see something along the lines of a stamp or a badge of servitude, etc., and immediately I think about that Star of David that's on the Jewish flag and how the Jews had to wear that to distinguish themselves in Nazi Germany. But I'm not saying that's it. So, but you can eliminate everything else anyone's ever talked about that could be the mark of the beast, except something that would be something contained within this definition. So you can eliminate the RFID chip because it's under the skin and it's not a scratch or etching type thing in the skin, or not a badge of servitude. You can eliminate the vaccine because it's under the skin or in the body or in the bloodstream. Not saying that, go get a vaccine. I'm just saying that's not the mark of the beast. It's going to be what Jesus Christ revealed to John in the book of Revelation. It's going to be along those lines. It's not going to be outside that line. It's going to be a scratch, a etching, a stamp, a badge of servitude, something contained within that definition. That's going to be the mark of the beast. So take everything else and just toss it aside. There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of misinformation. There are people out here who will say God told them the vaccine is the mark of the beast. But I can tell you, if a God told him, it's not the God, the Father of Jesus Christ, Jehovah. Because there was no way that, he's not the author of confusion. He's not going to say one thing to John and have it recorded throughout history and then come along and tell somebody else, no, we're going to throw all that out and now it's this, okay? So just want to put that out there. I feel responsible for what happens within my channel. When I see something there and I'm afraid, gosh, man, I wonder how many people saw that. I want to make sure I correct the error real quick. So, and if you happen to be one that has been misled or anything like that, time to check, check up on yourself. Make sure, study to show thyself worthy or approved. And also, we need to study in order that we don't get tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine that comes along. So anyway, I'm going to let you go. That hopefully will eliminate some things that you have to consider and see, maybe fret over to see if possibly that might be it. So thank you.